Good day, everyone. Ty Godwin from Seeking Boston Marathon. Today with a bit of a shoe review. Over the last 2.5 years, as you followed my story, I've had a bit of a ripple effect of injuries. And I'll preface this with, I am not a doctor, but I will share my personal experience. First off, I had an accident 2.5 years ago that had nothing to do with what shoes I run in, but it has created a bit of a ripple effect of injuries. I've had to deal with torn labrums. I've had now one stress fracture in my left foot, and then a full-on fracture on a trail run in Sonoma, and I can't blame that on wine. But anyway, I'm coming off injury, and I will have my first distance race in over a year at the Runner's World Half and Festival in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania this weekend. And I had an injury deferral to the New York Marathon a year ago. The stress fracture knocked me out, and I'm using the deferral. I was not sure if I was going to be able to race this year, but I am planning on toeing the line here in a few weeks at the New York City Marathon. It'll be my first New York, which I'm very excited about. Training's going well, but as I've had a lot of foot injuries, I've tinkered a lot with what shoes I wear. I would say over the history, I was a hardcore ASICS guy. Unfortunately, I've had, this is my tall boot. I would not recommend it. I had a short boot as well, so I've been in a boot 3 times. So I've got a lot of interest in, well, what shoe should I be in? And I've done a couple of different shoes, and all of these I can speak highly of. The Adidas Ultra Boost, I've got a number of boosts. I've tried the Hoka ones. But the one I'm going to talk about today that I'm really excited about is from Altra Running. This one in particular is the Torin. And there's a few things that these guys are doing differently. First off, there's a great history if you research it. Golden Harper, who's one of the founders, or the founder of Altra, he literally took to his toaster oven. There's a very similar story of another shoe company around the waffle shoe, but anyway, Golden looked to do a couple of very basic things, and he self-admittedly is not a scientist. He's a runner, and he's like, hey, a couple things don't make sense. First thing is a zero drop. Zero drop is, if you look, the cushioning over time, shoe companies kept putting more and more cushioning in the heel of the shoe. What they want to do, and I'm not a body scientist by any stretch. I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. But common sense tells me as you start to lift the heel, over time you're going to change your mechanics, and that's what's happened to the shoe industry. So his idea is zero drop, which means you've got basically the same amount of cushioning across the entire bottom of the shoe, which leads to a more natural stride. It gives you more of a kick with the Achilles, and it also is supposed to reduce the impact. But I've loved running these shoes. I've only had them for about a month. The Torin has got the right amount of cushioning, because I do like a fair amount of cushioning in the shoe that you saw from the other 2 previous shoes I was wearing. The other one, which again looks a bit odd, but in the same breath, it's actually quite natural, and that's the foot-shaped toe box. If you look at it, it's like shaped like a foot. Common sense would tell you, hey, I've got a ton of either badges of honor, black toenails, blisters, etc. And no, don't email me and say you're wearing the wrong size shoe. I've heard all that. Don't tell me I need a new run coach because I've had injuries. My injury 2 years ago was a crash in triathlon. That was my fault. Anyhow, the foot-shaped toe box just gives you more room in the front of the shoe versus you think of jamming. I've got a pretty wide foot, jamming all the toes into the front of a shoe. But I'm excited about it. I'm putting my training miles in the Torin right now. I haven't made the final decision, but you might actually see me toe the line in my next 2 big races in the Altra shoe. With that, check them out on their website. You'll see the websites here on the video blog, and email me. send me a message on Twitter or Facebook. Let me know what you think or if you've tried them. But I'm pretty excited about it. That's all for now. Ty Godwin from the world headquarters of Seeking Boston Marathon. Cheers.